at this point, I might as well just say post a video whenever I can. Thank you so much for joining me on another video. Today it's going to be all about tech. I've kind of moved away from tech slightly, not on purpose though, but because I had a lot of planning ideas and videos that I wanted to get out there. So I'm focusing more on the planning part of my channel. So today we're gonna reel it in just slightly because this is still a digital planning, tech tips, productivity hacks, things like that type of channel. If you know, you know. So I wanted to talk today about all the tools that I use to run my creative business. If you guys don't know, I do have a creative business. I have a digital planning community. I have a community and membership club for interior designers. I also do event design, interior design, and graphic design, which is where I make my digital stickers for the digital planning world. I also do one-on-one tech support. Well, not tech support, but like more like tech audits and just help you figure out what tools you need in your business. So I do a lot of courses, a lot of business templates. So all of that I've mentioned before, and you'll see it run throughout my channel. I always talk about all the tools that I need to run my business, all the tech tools, how they help me, how I work them, and I like to show them to you. So I do a lot of tech tutorials. So today, so I'm if I do look down, it's because I do have my iPad here with my notes, so that I can kind of stay on topic, because then I'll go off on the deep end and so forth. So as you know, once again, it's no secret, I love all tech things. I love all things designer. And so as a designer myself, I have to constantly come up with different ideas. I'm testing out new programs, apps, services, anything that best suits my business. And I like to let others know, especially those in the creative business. So people are always asking me, what tools do I specifically use to run my creative business? So today I'm going to give you my top 10 tools. And these are kind of in order, although some of them they're like one and the same, and you'll see what I'm talking about as we go along. So my first tool that I use for my business is Trello. Surprise, surprise, nobody was surprised. If you've been around this channel for a while, I have a plethora of Trello videos and tech tutorials on Trello itself. I have a whole Trello course. Again, everything's always linked down below. I have Trello templates for business. So Trello is my number one. I literally run everything out of it. Everything business related. I don't want to say personal stuff too much. I do have my budget tracker in there, and I did a whole video on how I budget and how I use my budget tracker. But it's just, Trello was one of the first project management tools. And so it's just perfect for organization. But I feel like if you did want to create a successful business, you definitely need to organize all of your business documents, all of your business tasks, all of that. And Trello, for me, it's the perfect tool for organization. Now you can argue that Asana does the same thing, ClickUp, Notion, all the other ones, but Trello was the first one of its kind. It was one of the first project management tools that was heavily used by business owners and creators alike since back, I don't even know, I'm gonna say 2004, maybe 3. I don't remember its inception per se, but I know I've been using it for quite a long time. So it's just that saying, if it's not broke, why fix it? And as they've come up with different things, added different elements, updated their software, added new features, it's just become better and better. So the things that I thought was missing that I might have moved to Asana for, Trello now has. So now I don't feel the need to move on to it. And some of the 3 key new features I actually listed in my last tech video, maybe my last 2 tech videos, something like that, but it's there now, and I tell you all about those new features in that video. So for me, it's like my second brain as far as business is concerned. So I house all of my business documents, my projects, my launches. So as a visual person, it just allows me to see all of my projects and everything just visually across old boards and everything that I'm working on business wise. So that's why for me it's so easy to manage, and to bring a team along to work alongside with you in your projects and your brain. It's easy for them as well to get into it. My next is, by no surprise as well, it's Squarespace. Again, I have a few tutorials. I wouldn't say a lot, but I do have a few tutorials on Squarespace and how to do CSS and coding and some coding. I don't have a lot of coding videos, but I promise there will be a whole lot more coding videos and a whole lot more Squarespace tutorials coming up in the near future. So just stay tuned for that. Again, I say this channel is, I'm supposed to be posting every Tuesday, but now I'm posting like whenever. So that quickly is about to change. So just Squarespace for me, you know, running, you know that everyone knows that running a business does require a website. I don't know, whoever tells you that you don't need a website to run your business, it's not true. At first you can get away with it, but soon you'll find you need somewhere to send your clients, and the perfect space for me is Squarespace. It's been the savior for so many business owners, the hero that comes in to save the day for me, for my business. And it's just easy. It's so easy to create a website there. It's so easy to read the analytics from Squarespace themselves. It's so easy to drag, drop, you know, things like that. So easy to update. You don't have to reach out to your website designer every time you want to change something. So if you're constantly changing programs or whatever you may have that you may offer, Squarespace just makes it easier for you to do all of that. So it's super simple. There's tons and tons of video tutorials from mine to so many people here on YouTube. Pinterest has a million of just tutorials on CSS, how to make it your own, how to learn it, and they're all super simple. You just have to know what you're doing. My third tool that I use is Dropbox / Apple Files, which is why I say that some of these are kind of interchangeably. So I use Apple Files primarily for digital planning. So all of my digital planning files, all of my stickers, all of those things are always housed in my Apple Files because it connects to my Apple phone and it connects to my iPad naturally. I can even go on, I have a PC, so I can even go on to log into iCloud, and it connects to my computer as well. But Dropbox for me has been something I've used again since it came out with a cloud service like that, before Apple Files ever existed. And so again, I have so many files on that platform, mostly important files, like mostly files that have to do with my life. So like my important documents, my scanned documents, my taxes, things of that nature. So that's how I use both in everyday life. Is one is more personal, one is that. So my fourth one, and one that I constantly do many videos on, but that I always recommend to a business owner having, is Canva. When I tell you that the creator of Canva has mastered such a perfect tool, not just for business owners, but for creatives alike, whether you're making invitations to mood boards, to PDFs, to ebook covers, to social media posts. I mean, it's a plethora of things that you can do on it, and as a business owner, it's worth its price. If you're paying $13.95, or it's $12.95, okay, $12.95 a month, you can obviously pay it yearly to get a discount, but $12.95 a month is its basis. But think of, one, you get to write that off because it's a business expense, but two, it pays for itself. The first month that you use Canva and you've done, you know, Instagram posts, you've done Facebook banners, YouTube thumbnails, you've pretty much used up that $12.95 that you spent that month. Okay, let me just set that straight. Let me just put that right there. So I do not see a business owner that does not have Canva, unless of course you're using Photoshop and things like that. But if you are not savvy with design, if you're not a designer per se, Canva is the place for you. It really is. Trust and believe me on that. My fifth tool that I use is going to be Adobe XD and Procreate. Again, remember I said I am dabbling. I wouldn't call myself a graphic designer just yet because I'm still learning so much, but I love typography. I love how fonts interact. I love images, imagery, photography. Like, I love all types of art pretty much, because again I do event design, interior design. And so Adobe XD, I'm still learning. It's a learning curve, but I love to play with, again, with typography. I love to pair them. I love the way they move together. I love creating logos for nobody, because I don't create logos for business. I just create them to play with typography and see what I can come up with. So I've really been enjoying it. And then for my business, I'll make things, stickers. So the digital stickers that I make, some of them are made with Procreate, some of them are made with Adobe XD. So, and I've been playing with Procreate more in the doodling aspect. So I've been doing my little doodles and trying my hand out on drawing. I am not an artiste by any means. I mean, I'm not that kind of artist. I'm an artist, but not that kind of artist. Now my brother, on the other hand, his skills are unmatched. He is an illustrator, comic book designer. He's just amazing. And then when I try to draw, it comes out stick figures, but I digress. But yes, Adobe XD and Procreate are my favorites. My sixth tool that I use for business is how I edit my videos, and it's called Wondershare Filmora. And so it is a program that you buy, kind of like I believe Final Cut Pro, and there's another one that's popular, I can't remember what it is. But because I don't own a Mac, I don't have Final Cut Pro. So when I was starting my YouTube channel, well, starting it again, I was looking for something for PC specifically, because eventually I will transition myself into a Mac again, because I did have one before. But I needed something for now. I needed to make sure that I knew how to use it, how to, you know, edit properly. You know, we always start off rough, and then as we grow our skills, we get better and better and better. But I needed something for PCs, so I searched. I did, you know, did all my research and things like that, and I came across Wondershare Filmora, and I love it. It's super user friendly, and what's cool about it is that you can do a subscription, and you can do, I believe the subscription is $10 a month, but you get different little elements. So like the subscribe button, which I'm going to put up now, the like button, all of those little like elements that you may find that people are using, they included with their $10 fee, which is like a subscription. I mean, you can cancel that, it's optional. You can always use your own or buy, I think maybe for, I think when you buy it, you buy that one element for whatever amount of dollars. So it just makes sense for me, because I'm using something all the time. Plus again, I can write it off as a business expense, that I get something like that to help my channel out. So Wondershare Filmora. Now Notion. Okay, Notion is controversial, because people will say, oh my god, Notion is great, I love it, it does this and this and that. It does amazing things once you learn how to do them. And I've made 2 videos on Notion. One is where I show my life dashboard, which unfortunately I no longer use. So there's that. But I use it to, right now, exactly right now, won't be able to see it, so I am going to cut to a B-roll, but I am using Notion for this YouTube video. And the video that I did on Notion was exactly showing you how I plan my YouTube channel. I use it for my everyday planning. So I have an everyday, so I use it as my to-do list for every day. So I'll show that in B-roll. It houses what I want to do for the week. It houses my life goals, my life plans, and then I break that into life goals, then 5-year goals, then weekly goals, and then finally today, what I need to do today. And then I pick from that category to make sure I'm kind of on track. If you guys want me to go more in depth into what that looks like besides what I'm showing now, let me know, and I will do a whole video dedicated to just my life goals and my planning section. But Notion is another one. It's almost like my second brain, you would say, where Trello keeps all of my business things going for me. Notion keeps all of my personal stuff, my whole life basically in there. And to be honest, I love it. I love how I can relate and link to different databases so I can really see the progress of my goals. I'm just in love with it. So my 8th tool, are we up to 8? Yes. My 8th tool is Facebook Creator Studio. So Facebook Creator Studio allows you to link your Facebook page to Instagram. So for me, Facebook Creator Studio allows me to plan on my Instagram content. And what's even better for me is that it's free. I have a whole video on it on how I schedule my social media posts for free and how you can too. So I'll link that down below. But I used to have Planoly. I tried later for a few, and while those programs allow me to actually visually see my feed, because I design my layouts, you know, 30 days at a time or a week at a time on Canva, and then I pull it up into Trello, I can already physically see what my feed is gonna look like. I can do it right on my phone, which I can show a tip on as a tech hack. So I don't need to have something like Planoly so I can look at what the feed was gonna look like. And to be honest, nowadays nobody really looks at feeds as a whole like that anymore. It's all about reels and things like that. So the platform has changed a little bit, so you might want to move on, you know, and change and do things a little differently. But for me, Facebook Creator Studio allows me to post my things for free. I can do carousels, I can post videos, and I just found it easy to do. I have 3 Instagram pages of which I post content on, and logging into Creator Studio is one login. I log in and then I'm able to post to all of these different things and schedule everything out. The most important thing is to schedule these things out, so it allows me to do that. So again, it's a game changer for me. It keeps it free, keeps your costs low. If you try to keep your costs low, I suggest you look into Facebook Creator Studio. I will say that if you have 3 different Instagrams or 4 different or 5 different, they all need their own Facebook page in order to post through the Facebook Creator Studio, but it's an easy fix. So speaking of social media, Pinterest is by far my favorite tool. It always has been, ever since I used to just have an interior design blog and then transition into a lifestyle magazine. I have always used Pinterest. Pinterest drives an immense amount of traffic to my website. It drives traffic to my YouTube channel. It drives traffic to my Instagram, etc., etc., etc. So it's definitely my favorite. So Tailwind is a tool that helps you plan your Pinterest. It helps you, instead of you constantly pinning stuff to it, you can sit down once a week, twice a month, whatever it is, and pin away. And what it does is creates a smart loop, and it, depending on the best times for you to post, it'll actually auto post for you. So it's kind of like a Planoly, a Facebook creator, but you're not the one picking the times. It's kind of like doing it on its own, depending on what settings you have set for it. It's pretty cool. And then they tell you once your loop is empty, they'll tell you, hey, your loop is empty, please import new pins. So I go in there, like I said, once or twice a week and upload a bunch of pins, and it'll just do it for me, and I don't have to think about it. But that has grown. Right now I think I have 21,000 monthly views. It's gotten as high as 100,000 views. It just depends on what people are searching for. It gives me trends. It allows me to pin to different communities that can further push your pins. I have a whole video on it as well, so I'll link that as well. And my last and final, last but not least, is Loom. Loom is one of those platforms that when I started this channel, I was looking for. I tried so many other platforms and none of them work the way Loom does. So I happily give over my money to Loom. So I pay them once a year. I like to pay all of my business expenses at a year. I get a discount and I don't have to worry about it for a whole entire year. So Loom is a platform that I film all of my tutorials with. Every tutorial that you see me filming my computer screen, like all the B-rolls that I'm showing right now, is all filmed through Loom. Update the software, so right now you can actually clip different things. You can edit right inside Loom. You can share the links if that's what you want. I usually download mine and then upload them to Filmora, but you can edit right within Loom. So I just created a client onboarding PDF template, and what I wanted to do is make sure that I give instructions to whoever purchases so they know how to use it, how to get the link, how to open Canva, how to do all that stuff. And I was able to do that right in Loom, and I just edit everything out and actually put that link in with the purchase. Whenever someone purchases that, they'll see that link, they'll go to the Loom video, and then they'll watch it. And then those are their basically instructions. Instead of reading something, sometimes we need something a little more visual. So I gave them an option of both. So that really helps. But this video too, again, allows you to shoot, record, and share, which sharing is the best part of it. You can use it with your team. So let's just say you have hired a VA and they need to know how your processes work, or you need them to do something, but it's a lot of texting. It may not get the message across. You don't have time to sit in a meeting. Record it. That way they always have those instructions readily. So whenever they have a question, they can refer back to that video over and over again. So if it's a process like, okay, on Mondays I do XYZ, this is how I update my website, they can have those instructions over and over and over again. And so what's really cool about Loom too is that you can access it from any device with the Loom mobile app. There are no learning curves, there's no watermarks. Again, it's for the free version allows you to film only 5 minutes at a time, which when I first started this YouTube channel, that's what I used. When I recorded my course, to be 100% honest, it was the free version. So I literally had to stop after 5 minutes. But it gives you a timer, it tells you when it's gonna stop. Although it was 5-minute intervals that you had available, it was unlimited uploads. So it doesn't mean that at 5 minutes and it will cut off at 5 minutes, but you can only record 20 videos. It allows you to record as many as you want. They're just gonna be 5 minutes. So then what you would have to do, or what I ended up having to do, is just downloading them all and kind of fusing them together with the editing software like Wondershare, Filmora. But if you pay and you're a person like myself, you make courses, you make tutorials, you constantly show on your screen, it's $96 a year. This is not sponsored by anyone, by the way, but it's $96 a year. You can record it in HD. It's password, you can password protect the videos just in case. You can make them available only for certain email addresses, if that's beneficial to maybe like your coaching clients or things like that. And this again is another great way to onboard a client. You can send a tutorial to someone or drop a video of something exciting in your newsletters, and that's what I've done as well. In some of my newsletters, I actually screen record something that I want to show them that's exciting, and I post a video to that newsletter with no sound, of course, and it's a short clip of something. So guys, I hope you got a glimpse of everything that I use to run my creative business. Now let me know down below, what do you use? Is there something here that I specifically not using that you just can't live without for your business? Are there any things on my list that you do use and you do feel the same way that I do? Let me know down below so we can have a conversation, and I can look into other things that you might use that I've never heard of. I might like to try it out in the future, who knows? I may not. I always love to learn about new tech tools. Obviously, this is why this channel is called Khloé Talks Tech, right? But anyway, thank you so much for joining me on another tech video. I will see you next Tuesday for another one. Maybe possibly Tuesdays, or maybe some other day. But I will see you soon in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to comment, to like, to subscribe to the channel. We on a journey to 1,000 subscribers. I saw you here last week for the digital planning. Then you watched a tech video. Then you was even watching my vlogs, which gets like 5 views, but one of them was yours. But you still haven't subscribed, sis. Come on, hit the subscribe button. Help me get to 1,000. As always, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys for another video. Bye. At this point, I might as well just call this. At this point, I might as well just say, post a video whenever I can.